All right. So I'm gonna start a new series on my channel called Story Times, where I tell a bunch of stories that happened to me and just share with you guys. And at the end, I'm gonna say a lesson to young girls, and just hopefully you can learn from the same stupid mistakes I made when I was growing up and the mistakes I'm still making. Anyway, this story time is gonna be called, hold on, you know me, I gotta look in the viewfinder. This story time is gonna be called The Time I Dated an Older Man. Okay. So we're gonna backtrack now. I'm in college, so this happened when I was 14 in high school. So I was 14 and he was a senior, so he was 18. If I'm not mistaken, he was 18. So I'm not gonna use any real names in this story time. So we're gonna call him, what are we gonna call him? We're gonna call him R. Kelly. That's what we're gonna call him. So I was dating this boy named R. Kelly. And he was 4 years older than me. So you know when you're a freshman and you talking to somebody older, you feel like you popping, like, oh my gosh, I'm talking to this older boy. I'm so cool. I don't want to talk to these little boys. I'm talking to somebody older. No, honey. He's playing you. No. So we're gonna fast forward. So me and this boy was talking for like, I want to say a couple months, or maybe like a month. Let's go around that, because I don't remember like the little details, but I know we was talking for like a couple months. So one day I'm gonna go to his house, right? And he lived close to me, so I was like, okay, whatever, I'll come to your house. So after school, I get on the bus, right? Me and my friend get on the bus, and I know only one other person knows this story, and if she watches, she's gonna die. So we on the bus, and we're sitting down, you know, chilling, whatever, to the way into the stop, and these two girls get on the bus. So these two girls is talking about R. Kelly. Mind you, they talking about R. Kelly, and I'm going to R. Kelly's house. R. Kelly. So they're talking about him, but I don't know these girls, and I'm 100% sure these girls do not know me. So they're talking about him, but they're all saying like, they were saying bad stuff, but it wasn't like, they wasn't like bashing him. It sounded like the truth, if that makes sense. Like they would be like, oh, R. Kelly's a user, and he only do this, and he full of himself, which at the time was true. I don't know R. Kelly anymore, but at the time it was true. So I'm on the bus, and mind you, me and my friend is dead silent. We just listening to all these, this girl literally, her and her friend talking about R. Kelly, and I'm like, what are the odds of me going to this boy house today and the girls are talking about him today? So I knew that was a sign, like, don't go to his house. But of course, I'm 14, I'm hard-headed. I'm still kind of hard-headed. Like, I went anyway. So I get to this boy house, right? And I'm like, oh, I'm at the bus stop. Like, can you come get me? Because I don't know exactly where your house is at. He like, yo, just walk down the block. You find my house. You see me outside. So I'm like, okay. Because at the time, there was two buses. But instead of taking the bus, I had walked to the bus stop where I would have gotten off. So I walk to this boy house, and I see him outside. Keep that in mind. So I see him outside. He like, oh, what up, what up? His friend is there. So I'm like, okay, yeah, hi. He's like, yeah, his friend outside. So we go inside. Mind you, this boy's door is wide open. So I'm like, I find it kind of weird that somebody's door is so wide open. Like, I'm like, okay, I didn't think anything of it. I'm like, oh, if he probably just walked outside and left the door open. No big deal. Keep the wide open door in mind. So we walk inside, and you know, he's like, oh, hey, how you doing? You know, small talk, blah, blah, blah. So we go to the kitchen, and he's making food, right? I'm not gonna say what the food was, but he's making food. And he offered me some, you know, I took some. It was like finger food, whatever. So he gave me some, blah, blah, blah. We talking some more. Then we go back into the living room. But mind you, the boy's door is still open. So now I'm mad confused. I'm like, who leaves their door wide open? That's weird. Mama, you know, I still didn't think nothing of it. I'm like, okay, whatever. His door is wide open. No big deal. So now we go downstairs to his room. So he shows me like his pet and stuff. He got like some little, I'm not gonna say the type of pet, but he got a pet in a glass case, some type of reptile. So he's showing me around, blah blah, and I drink a lot of water. You know, I'm a person. If you don't know me, well, if you do know me, you know I drink a lot of like juice, water, whatever. So at this point, I really have to pee. So I'm like, where's the bathroom? He like, oh, it's right over there. So mind you, the toilet, he live in a basement. So the toilet is like in the middle of the basement, but there's no bathroom, if that makes sense. Like, there's a sink and there's a toilet, but there's no walls enclosing a bathroom. So I'm like, I'm not about to use a bathroom in front of you. It's just like using a bathroom in a public place with no walls. Like, why would I do that? So, you know, I was like, oh, that's the bathroom? Oh, okay, like, yeah, whatever. So I didn't use the bathroom. He goes upstairs to let me use the bathroom, but I didn't use the bathroom because I was like, this is so weird. So eventually I come upstairs, right? After a while I come upstairs. He still got the door open. So now I'm really getting lost. I'm like, who leaves their door open so wide for such long periods of time? So we in the living room, going back and forth from the living room to the kitchen, chilling, whatever. In comes one of his friends. In comes one of R. Kelly's friends. He comes in, picks him up, and leaves. I'm like, okay. We still in the kitchen, living room, kitchen. In comes another one of his friends. Mind you, still a completely different person. Says what up to him. Gets something, leave. So then I'm like, okay. So now this is two people walking in and out your house. And I just find it so weird that people have people walking in and out their house. But I'm like, okay. Then another person comes in, completely different from the first two. In through the door, says what up to him. Sits there for a little bit like it was his house and dips. So now I'm like, okay. So cause now stuff is getting weird. Mind you, R. Kelly not saying nothing. I guess because he thought he was 18, I was 14. I'm some little girl, which at the time I was some little girl, but still, like, you're not gonna explain why people was walking in and out your house. So now we sitting in the living room, right? And hold on, I got my notes to make sure I say everything I want to say. Okay, yeah, I'm on point. So he we sit in the living room, right? Another one of his mans comes in, but this one is different. He come and sit down. So he like, oh, what up? I'm like, hi, yeah, hi. He like, oh, you R. Kelly's friend? I'm like, yeah, I'm his friend. He like, oh. So we sitting down there, him and R. Kelly is talking. I'm sitting here minding my business. So the boy looked down at his phone for something. R. Kelly, I gotta give y'all a physical demonstration of what R. Kelly did to me. So R. Kelly leans back. He's sitting over here, right? And I'm me. So I'm R. Kelly and this is me. He leans back and he goes, don't embarrass me. And comes back. I don't know if I whispered that too low, but he said, don't embarrass him. So at that point, girl, I had to catch my life. I was, had to catch it. Like, I was like, oh no, never did this boy just say, don't embarrass him. Mind you, I'm 14, but I ain't that dumb. So he goes, don't embarrass him. I'm like, don't embarrass you? I didn't even say anything. So in my mind, I'm like, let me go, Ash. Ashley, get up and go, girl. Leave. Mission abort. Go. So I get up. I'm like, I grab my phone. I'm like, oh, like, it's an emergency. I gotta go. Like, my mother calling me. I gotta go. Ain't nobody was calling me, y'all. He like, oh, what's wrong? Are you good? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Like, I gotta go. It's an emergency. I'm gonna text you. He like, oh, you don't want to stay and play this game? Because he was, I don't know what games he used to play. Like, other than playing me, he used to play a lot of other games. So, he was like, oh, you don't want to stay? And I'm like, no, like, I really gotta go. Mind you, y'all, I still gotta pee. So now I have more of an incentive to go home because my bladder is really about to explode. So he's like, oh, you sure? So you think, oh, I'm gonna walk you to the bus stop? I'm like, no, you don't gotta walk me. I know where the bus stop is at. Don't worry, I'm in such a rush. Like, I'm just gonna, I'll beat you. He like, oh, okay, text me. Mind you, y'all, now I leave his house. Of course, I don't gotta open the door because the door wide open. And I'm power walking to the bus stop. And I get to the bus stop, get on the bus, I go home. And the whole walk home, I'm thinking, I'm never texting, never talking to this boy again. Never again. And that's probably why now I don't talk to, like, boys that's too much older than me. Like, he was whole 4 years older than me. I don't even, the max I capped it as 2 years, if that. That was such an experience for me. And the moral of this story is, ladies and young girls, when you're young and you're 14, and you're 15, 16, these older boys are going to talk to you, and some of them might have good intentions, but majority of them want to take advantage of you. They want to use you. They want to see what they can get from you because they know you're young. You don't know any better. And just like me, like when I was young, I thought I was so cool. Like, oh, I'm talking to this boy. He's so much older than me. Like, I don't need these little boys. I got to be an older boy. No. Don't do it. Just be very smart. Do not sit here and talk to these boys. Be mindful. You have to respect yourself. You need to reevaluate. If he's saying and doing certain manipulative stuff, he's because he's being manipulative. And I'm all for giving people the benefit of the doubt, but that one situation could have ended way worse, especially because people were walking in and out his house. Anything could have happened, and I would never want to see like a situation like that happen to anybody, because that was beyond ridiculous. Like, my story is funny, but somebody else's story could be really tragic. So don't even put yourself in that situation. If you feel like something is wrong, use the emergency story, girl, and make sure you get out. Don't let him talk you into staying. Don't let him tell you, oh, everything's fine. Make sure you leave. If you need somebody to talk to, because at the time when I was leaving, I had called my friend, and I'm like, not the girl that was on the bus, but this other friend, and I was like, oh yeah, like, I'm leaving. I need you to stay on the phone with me. So just don't ever put yourself in that situation. You can always call somebody, just somebody to talk to while you leaving, because if you don't feel safe, chances are you're not safe, and you should probably go. So yeah, that's my story time about the time I dated an older guy. I have so many more story times, guys. Like, if this one made you laugh, trust me, I got plenty more story times, and I'm gonna film this week and post. So thank you for watching my video. Like, comment, subscribe, watch my other videos. Bye.